Today, the literary world mourns the loss of a true icon. Barbara Taylor Bradford, the legendary author whose words captivated millions, has passed away at the age of 91. A storyteller of unparalleled talent, her novels were more than just books. They were journeys into the hearts and minds of unforgettable characters, stories that have stood the test of time. Barbara Taylor Bradford's journey began far from the glitz of literary fame. Born on May 10, 1933 in Leeds, England, Barbara's love for storytelling was evident from a young age. By the time she was 10, she had already written her first short story, laying the foundation for what would become an extraordinary career. Her professional writing career began as a typist at the Yorkshire Evening Post, a humble start for a woman who would later become one of the most celebrated authors of her time. At just 16 years old, Barbara Taylor Bradford entered the newsroom, a world dominated by men in the 1940s, armed with nothing but her sharp intellect, tireless work ethic, and a dream. It wasn't long before her determination set her apart. Recognizing her potential, her editors began assigning her more responsibilities, and soon she transitioned from a typist to a reporter, a groundbreaking achievement for a young woman at the time. In this role, Barbara honed her skills as a writer, covering a range of stories that required precision, clarity, and an eye for detail. Her natural talent for storytelling and her ability to connect with people became apparent in her reporting. These qualities earned her the respect of her colleagues and led to her promotion as an editor, making her one of the youngest women in such a position within the newspaper industry. But while journalism gave Barbara a platform to refine her craft, it also fueled her desire to write stories that extended beyond the constraints of newsprint. Barbara once reflected on her time in journalism, crediting it as the foundation of her career. "It taught me discipline," she said in an interview. "Deadlines, structure, and the importance of every word. Those are lessons I carried with me when I started writing novels." But it wasn't just the technical skills she learned that shaped her path. Her experiences as a journalist introduced her to a variety of people and situations, broadening her perspective and deepening her understanding of human nature. These insights would later become the bedrock of her fiction, allowing her to create vivid, multi-dimensional characters that readers would come to love. In the late 1950s, Barbara made the bold decision to leave journalism behind and pursue her passion for storytelling. It was a risk, but one she felt compelled to take. She began writing short stories and articles for magazines, slowly building her portfolio and gaining recognition in the literary world. Her work, often focused on themes of love, ambition, and resilience, resonated with readers and set her apart as a writer with a unique voice. Her big break came in 1979 with the publication of her debut novel, A Woman of Substance, the story of Emma Hart, a poor servant girl who rises to become a wealthy and powerful businesswoman, struck a chord with readers worldwide. The novel was a tour de force, blending themes of determination, sacrifice, and triumph that echoed Barbara's own life journey. It was an immediate success, selling over 30 million copies and becoming one of the top-selling novels of all time. Critics hailed Barbara as a master storyteller, and fans celebrated her ability to create a protagonist who was both aspirational and relatable. The success of A Woman of Substance marked the beginning of an extraordinary literary career. Over the next 4 decades, Barbara published 39 novels, each a bestseller. Her works were translated into 40 languages and sold in over 90 countries, earning her a devoted global readership. While her stories often explored the lives of strong, ambitious women, they were also rich in detail, offering readers immersive experiences that transported them to different times and places. From the sweeping estates of Yorkshire to the bustling streets of New York City, Barbara's settings were as captivating as her characters. Her ability to weave intricate plots and develop compelling narratives earned her numerous accolades. In 2007, she was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire (OBE) for her contributions to literature. It was a crowning achievement for a woman whose journey began in a modest newsroom in Leeds. Despite her fame, Barbara remained deeply connected to her roots, often drawing inspiration from her upbringing in Yorkshire and the strong women she admired in her own family. Barbara's personal life was as remarkable as her career. She married Robert Bradford, a film and television producer, in 1963, and the couple shared a loving partnership that lasted over 55 years. Robert was not only her husband but also her collaborator, adapting many of her novels into successful television dramas. Barbara often credited him with being her greatest supporter, saying, "He believed in me when I didn't believe in myself." Even as she achieved international fame, Barbara remained committed to her craft. She wrote every day, often starting early in the morning and working for hours, completely immersing herself in her stories. Her discipline and passion for writing were evident in the consistency of her output, with each new novel meeting the high standards her readers had come to expect. In her later years, Barbara continued to write, releasing her final novel in 2023. She once said, "I'll write until I can't anymore," and she stayed true to her word. Her work ethic and dedication to storytelling were a testament to her love for the written word and her desire to connect with readers. Barbara Taylor Bradford's journey from a typist in Leeds to a literary icon is a story of determination, talent, and an unyielding belief in the power of storytelling. Her legacy extends far beyond her books. She inspired countless women to pursue their dreams, no matter the odds. Her characters, imbued with strength and resilience, mirrored her own life and offered readers a sense of hope and empowerment. As the world remembers Barbara, it's clear that her impact will endure for generations. Her words, crafted with care and purpose, will continue to inspire, comfort, and entertain. From the newsroom to the global stage, Barbara Taylor Bradford proved that a single story has the power to change lives. And she gave us dozens of stories that did just that. In 1979, Barbara published her debut novel, A Woman of Substance. The book, centered on the indomitable Emma Hart, became an instant classic, selling over 30 million copies and earning its place as one of the most beloved novels of the 20th century. It wasn't just a bestseller, it was a phenomenon, cementing Barbara's status as a literary powerhouse. Her success with A Woman of Substance was only the beginning of a storied literary career that would span more than 4 decades. Barbara Taylor Bradford's ability to craft compelling narratives and create characters that leaped off the page earned her a special place in the hearts of millions. Over her lifetime, she wrote 39 novels, all of which became bestsellers. Her books were translated into 40 languages and sold in over 90 countries, making her one of the most successful and internationally beloved authors of her generation. Barbara's novels were more than just stories, they were explorations of the human spirit. Brimming with themes of resilience, ambition, and love, her works resonated deeply with readers across generations. She had an unmatched ability to weave tales of triumph over adversity, often centering on strong, determined women who overcame great odds to achieve their dreams. These characters, like Emma Hart from A Woman of Substance, served as inspirations to readers around the world. They were aspirational yet relatable, embodying a spirit of perseverance that felt both timeless and universal. The appeal of Barbara's novels lay not only in their themes but also in their richly detailed settings and complex narratives. From the rolling hills of Yorkshire to the bustling streets of New York City, her books transported readers to vividly imagined worlds. Her attention to detail and ability to create a sense of place were unparalleled, making every scene come alive. Whether she was writing about high-powered boardrooms or intimate family gatherings, Barbara infused her stories with authenticity and depth. Her ability to create compelling narratives earned her legions of fans and critical acclaim. Literary critics praised her storytelling prowess, often describing her works as both entertaining and emotionally impactful. Fans admired her consistency, noting how each new release maintained the same high standard they had come to expect from her. With every novel, Barbara reaffirmed her place as a master storyteller. Barbara's success was not limited to the written word. Many of her novels were adapted into television miniseries, bringing her stories to an even wider audience. These adaptations, often produced in collaboration with her husband, Robert Bradford, captured the essence of her books and introduced her characters to new fans. The televised version of A Woman of Substance, in particular, became a cultural phenomenon, further solidifying Barbara's status as a literary icon. While her career achievements were remarkable, what truly set Barbara apart was her dedication to her craft. She approached writing with discipline and passion, often starting her workday in the early hours of the morning. For her, writing was not just a profession, it was a calling. She once said, "I don't write because I have to. I write because I want to. It's my passion and my joy." This love for storytelling was evident in every page she wrote, and it was a key reason why her novels continued to resonate with readers year after year. Over time, Barbara's influence extended beyond her books. She became a role model for aspiring writers, particularly women, who saw in her a shining example of what was possible with talent and determination. Her journey from a humble upbringing in Leeds to international literary stardom was a testament to her resilience and drive. She often spoke about the importance of hard work and perseverance, encouraging others to pursue their dreams with the same fervor that she had. Despite her immense success, Barbara remained grounded and deeply connected to her readers. She frequently attended book signings and literary events, where she took the time to engage with fans and hear their stories. This personal connection endeared her to her audience and added to the lasting impact of her work. Many readers described her books as sources of comfort and inspiration, testaments to the enduring power of storytelling. Barbara's contributions to literature were recognized with numerous accolades over the years. In 2007, she was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire (OBE) for her services to literature. This honor was a reflection of the profound impact her work had on readers and the literary community. It was also a celebration of a career that had not only entertained but also inspired and empowered countless individuals. As Barbara's career progressed, she showed no signs of slowing down. She continued to write and publish well into her later years, releasing her final novel in 2023. Her enduring creativity and commitment to her craft were testaments to her unwavering passion for storytelling. She often said that she would write for as long as she was able, and she stayed true to that promise, leaving behind a literary legacy that will be cherished for generations. Barbara Taylor Bradford's extraordinary career is a testament to the transformative power of literature. Her novels, with their rich characters and universal themes, transcended cultural and geographical boundaries, touching the hearts of readers around the globe. She was not just a writer but a visionary, someone who understood the human condition and conveyed it with grace and authenticity. Her passing marks the end of an era, but her legacy will endure through her work. Barbara's stories continue to inspire, comfort, and entertain, proving that the written word has the power to change lives. From the publication of A Woman of Substance to her final novel, she left an indelible mark on the literary world. As readers revisit her beloved books, they will be reminded of the remarkable woman behind them. A true literary legend. I've always believed in telling stories about strong women, women who overcome challenges, who rise above their circumstances. Those are the stories that matter. Barbara's stories didn't just entertain, they inspired. Her characters, often drawn from her observations of real people, were complex, relatable, and unwaveringly strong. For many, her novels were a source of comfort and empowerment. Behind the scenes, Barbara's life was a love story of its own. She was married to film and television producer Robert Bradford for over 55 years, a partnership she often described as her greatest blessing. Together, they created a legacy that spanned both literature and entertainment, with Robert adapting many of her novels for television. Barbara's contributions to literature and culture did not go unrecognized. In 2007, she was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire (OBE) for her services to literature. It was a fitting honor for a woman who had given so much to the literary world. Even in her later years, Barbara remained a tireless writer, publishing her final novel in 2023. She often said that writing was her life's passion, and she poured her heart into every page. The news of her passing has left an indelible mark on her fans, peers, and loved ones. Tributes have poured in from around the globe, celebrating her incredible achievements and the joy she brought to millions through her work. Barbara Taylor Bradford may have left us, but her legacy is eternal. Her words will continue to inspire, her stories will continue to be cherished, and her memory will live on in the hearts of those who loved her.